panelists, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar and good morning to all of you. I had planned to travel to Mumbai to join you in this event, but I had to stay back to carry on with some legislative business in the parliament, today being the last day of the session. So I take this opportunity to share my thoughts with you virtually. This seminar is taking place just before the G20 summit in Delhi next month. India has been holding the G20 presidency for more than 8 months now. During these months, India has helmed and piloted a huge amount of work under various G20 tracks. Finance track has seen delivery of a sizable number of outcomes, most of which will contribute to addressing the present and the emerging global economic challenges. This event is another opportunity for us to acknowledge, understand, and to discuss the challenges, opportunities, and the way forward. Today, multilateralism is facing one of its biggest challenges. In recent times, we've not seen anything like this. After decades of integration, the global economy is starting to witness increasing fragmentation and unraveling multilateralism. These were the circumstances in which India assumed its presidency. India assumed its presidency in these kind of circumstances of the G20. So far, we have ensured that geopolitical differences do not supersede the core G20 mandate of the international cooperation. Common thread in our G20 agenda is how to prepare for a better tomorrow for all. The Indian presidency has ensured the common ground is reached on all economic issues by making a forward-looking agenda, the G20 2023. Discussions have centered around finding solutions for existing and forestalling emerging problems. A primary focus of the Indian G20 presidency in 2023 has been to strengthen multilateral development banks to address the shared global challenges of the 21st century. MDB is addressing the shared global challenges of the 21st century. MDBs are facing increasing demands from donor and from borrowing countries to expand their lending operations beyond their core development mandates. However, MDBs are currently not equipped to address this rising demand for their resources adequately. To explore possible solutions that can constructively contribute to the efforts that MDBs are undertaking, the Indian G20 presidency Singh and Professor Lawrence Summers, who have steered the work of this group adeptly. Volume 1 of their report has been submitted, and Volume 2 is expected to be presented before the fourth and the final ministerial meeting of the G20 finance track in October. The report proposes a triple agenda comprising three crucial recommendations for the MDBs. One, to tackle global challenges alongside their core missions of poverty reduction and shared prosperity. Three, to enhance their financial strength through capital adequacy improvements and general capital increases. Implementing these recommendations within each MDB's governance framework can significantly enhance their capacity to address diverse financing challenges in the future with a focus on the priorities of the global south. I'm happy that the first panel in today's seminar will be deliberating on this agenda, including the triple agenda recommended by the report. I hope that the discussion in the panel will provide some key insights that can contribute to preparing volume 2 of the report. Another issue discussed in the G20 finance track is the escalation of debt issues in vulnerable economies, which possess significant economic risks to their sustainable development. The Indian G20 presidency has placed great importance on the management of global debt vulnerabilities, demonstrating a commitment to voicing the concerns of global south. The international community must collaborate and find stronger ways to coordinate debt restructuring for low-income and vulnerable middle-income countries facing debt distress. We have made significant efforts this year in providing momentum for debt treatment for some countries. The G20 also stressed the criticality of addressing debt vulnerabilities in low and middle income countries through an effective, comprehensive, and systematic approach. By restructuring existing debts and enhancing access to affordable finance, the international community can contribute to releasing financial resources in debtor countries to shield vulnerable populations from economic hardships. In this era of technological transformation, unlocking the full potential of digital progress for all is essential for a fair and inclusive future. Despite notable advancements, disparities in access, usage, and quality of financial services persist among vulnerable populations and micro, small, and medium enterprises. Under the Indian G20 presidency, the digital public infrastructure has been integrated into G20 discussions, with member countries recognizing its capacity to enhance productivity and also to accelerate financial inclusion. The G20 policy and the G20 policy recommendations for advancing financial inclusion and productivity gains through DPI, meticulously developed under India's leadership, have garnered unanimous acceptance across the G20 membership. These can guide both G20 and non-G20 countries in harnessing DPI for inclusive and robust growth. We are striving to lay the foundation for a robust regulatory landscape that encourages innovative while ensuring macroeconomic and financial stability. The upcoming synthesis paper developed by the IMF and the FSB, coupled with the roadmap, will be instrumental in shaping future regulatory measures for crypto assets. As we move towards the Leaders Summit in September 2023, we stand committed to facilitating a secure and dynamic financial environment that benefits all nations and fosters inclusive growth. The Indian G20 presidency has also emphasized innovative financing models to mobilize private sector investments and address the infrastructure gap, financing gap, crucial for building future cities. We have laid the groundwork for the G20 principles for financing cities of tomorrow. This framework holds the potential to guide MDBs and other development financing institutions in their planning and financing of sustainable urban infrastructure. The support and endorsement from G20 members further affirm the importance of our work in shaping cities that exhibit resilience and are vibrant hubs of growth and opportunity. As we reflect on these global issues, we can benefit from the invaluable contribution of various stakeholders. I'm confident that today's event will generate insightful discussions and contribute to shaping discussions in the final stretch of the Indian G20 presidency in the finance track. I wish you all some enriching discussions today. Thank you very much.